Hey everyone, it is Schmidt from VigorCheck here, and today we're going to be going through everything you're going to need to know about Gypceros in Wilds. Now, I've hunted, I would say, up to 10 Gypceros so far, just to kind of get a good feeling for him. I'm still rusty, there's still a lot of moves on the new Gypceros that will catch you out, but he's a whole lot of fun compared to his old counterpart. He's actually got a more engaging fight this time round, and I think that's needed if you're going to bring back a monster that not a lot of people like. So let's get into the things I don't like out of the way first. His design's still dated, dude. Like, he looks better in Wilds for sure, but I do think that his design, when you compare him to the later, like the new monsters that have been added to Wilds, he does look a little dated in his actual kind of body shape and design. He looks a little cartoonish, but the actual textures and model are definitely very, very high quality, and I do like them. I do think that Gypceros is kind of just one of those monsters that's almost a little too out there for Wilds. Then again, we've got Hero about me, so maybe I can't talk. Maybe it's just me and a personal bias against Gypceros. The other thing I want to note is that sometimes his attacks don't feel targeted. They feel like he just flails about like crazy and hopes to hit you. And maybe that's what they were going for, is like the headless chicken kind of thing, where he just literally does whatever he can to get you. Maybe it's more of like a kind of fear response from Gypceros than actual aggression. I don't know. But it just feels like sometimes he's not targeting you. Now let's get into the rest of the stuff that is good. He actually has some combo attacks now. He actually has ways of properly punishing you. If you get hit by that flash, he will wind up his tail and slam you. Now, a little complaint I have is I think the recovery from the flash is so fast that you actually aren't under much threat from it. I've never been hit after the flash. I've always been able to dodge it. I do like the attack where he slams his tail around in a big circle. I think that actually does pose some threat, unless you're running a shield, even though I'm running a shield in this clip and I still get hit by it because I decided to go for the perfect block, because I'm an idiot. But yeah, I think that's a really good attack, because it covers a wide area, it does a decent amount of damage, and it is kind of scary. Now, I do think that Gypceros' flash is going to catch a lot of world people off guard, because they're used to Tsiaku where the flash is in front. Now this flash is all around him, so the only way to really avoid it is to hit a wound, to stagger him. You can actually break the horn off to stop the flash. So for anyone who didn't know that, yes, you can knock the horn off, and when you do knock the horn off, you get a heavy blunt pod which will do good stun damage to the monster. You hit them in the head, so fun fact. The other ways to avoid it is just get out of there, or throw your shield up if you're a shield user. You can also foresight it on the longsword. I'm not sure if the counter attack on the switch axe also works on the sword mode. I haven't tested that one, so if anyone has tried that out, please let me know. I'd be really interested. Now, some other things to note about him. His weakest spots are going to be around his head and legs. His tail does take some extra damage, but it's really kind of the danger point of Gypceros, so I recommend honestly focusing on that head and legs, getting those wounds off. He does seem to wound maybe a little, I don't know if it's less easy because of his rubbery hide than other monsters, but he does seem to not pop up wounds quite as often. So I don't get to take advantage of them as much as I do for, say, Raydao or Deshagama. Now, I think overall his animation is a lot more smooth and realistic this time around, and that's something that's going to really work to our advantage, because we're able to see attack wind-ups a lot nicer. You know, him like winding his tail up like that. Oh, you just saw me teleport there. Him winding his tail up the way he does, in a much smoother way, does give us more of a clean look at what's coming. Whereas in old games, sometimes he'd just fling that out, and you're like, oh, okay, well, there was no wind-up for that. I've got to say, from one of my least favorite monsters in Monster Hunter, he's definitely now not one of my least favorites in this fight. It's improved enough to the point where I think I can definitely now put him above the likes of Gypceros, Cephadrome, some of the ones that I just think haven't had any redemption yet. You know, I mean, I'd like to see Cephadrome redone, but also my fear of that is what if they had Cephadrome and he sucks? So I don't know, it's one of those weird situations, but I'm glad to say Gypceros is a good addition to this game. He's not going to be one of those nothing monsters that everyone just kind of fights once and forgets. So that is good. Now, I want to make note that while Gypceros is flashing, he does have one of those special wounds on his crest that you can knock off. If you do that, you will knock him out of his flash, and I believe you might actually knock him down. So, really important to remember, if he's going to throw the flash, immediately go for that wound on his face, and you will break yourself out of it. That's really important to know. Now, I've had a really nice time fighting him with a shield. I find that using Gun Lance, Charge Blade, etc. makes him really, really simple to fight. I have also tried him with a few other weapons. The only ones I've not tried him on with is Hunting Horn and Switch Axe. Now, everything else I have used on him, and I've got to say, most weapons fare pretty easily against him. There are some easier than others. I find Greatsword to be almost frustrating against him in a way, because he can attack from all angles, and he just knocks you out of your true charge quite a bit. Especially just the little nudges from his face just tend to like push you out of it, and it's kind of frustrating. The last mechanic for new players is something that if you want to get away from spoilers, let's stop now. Okay, now I'm going to continue. He will play dead. He will lie down and play dead and flail about once you get close. Now, this will mean he's low health, obviously, so he will retreat to his nest if he's not there already when he does this, and it means that you're probably about to kill him. Now, be warned, the flailing move hurts like a bitch. It hits so hard for this level of monster. I would also mention that you can carve him while he's playing dead, so maybe if you can get one carve in there before he gets back up, there's yourself an extra material. But in general, yeah, you want to step back and just give him a minute, unless you're a ranged user, and then just wail on him, dude. Just absolutely wipe out this ugly, rubbery, penis-tailed bastard. But yeah, his nest seems to be up at the top of the map. Maybe it was that mystery nest, or maybe this isn't even his nest, because we did see him in the area with Nursilla in the Ice Shard Cliffs, so potentially that is his nest. But yes, he will come up here. I believe this is another monster's nest, actually thinking about it. But maybe it's like the universal nest for the area, like we tend to have in the other games. A universal nest for the monsters. This is probably his. But I think that will cover Gypceros. I don't think I need to deep dive 100% into every single attack, because I just don't think he has that much crazy stuff going for him. If you guys like Gypceros, let me know what you think about him in the comments. If you're an avid Gypceros hater from the old games, give him a go. Honestly, he's a big improvement. And if you like the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell, all that good stuff. Leave a comment down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. See you later.